We just got done doing outreach for the first time with a prayer stand tonight. We were shooting at first for the downtown kind of club bar area. This is Jason and Tyler and myself. We were shooting for kind of like the downtown bar area down kind of by Broadway and Burnside. We ended up not finding a spot there, so we went by the Occupy Portland site, and I'm really glad we did because we had a really interesting night tonight. My general observations of Occupy Portland is that, it's it kind of smells. There's a lot of people who are very upset with the way things in the government and whatnot are going right now, which is to be expected. But it was an interesting crowd. Definitely a lot of people under the influence. One young lady comes to mind specifically. She was, she wasn't under the influence. She was very disturbed in one way. So please keep that young woman in your prayers. I don't know her name. But also observations of the prayer stand. Wow, people loved the prayer stand. They really appreciated it. I had a number of people come up and say, this is what we need more of down here. I think they kind of were talking of religious support, but it seemed to me that they really took well to the idea of, hey, we're here to pray for you, we are here to pray, and we are there to share the gospel also. But it went over really well, and I had a number of people just kind of stop and look and then ask about it, and it was just, great opening. And we passed out tracts down there as well. But I would highly recommend either making your own prayer stand from the setup that I talked about in the previous video on the blog, or buying one from their website because it's really, really slick, and I can't wait to use it again. The first man we really had a conversation with today was a guy named Tim, and he came up and just talked about it, said he was very supportive of the stand. He had a Protestant background. Talked to him for a little while, didn't really get too deep on things, but it was just kind of nice to have him there and say, hey, we really like this, we appreciate you coming down here. But I spent most of my evening tonight talking with a young man, probably in his early maybe mid-20s, something like that, named Ivan, who had a number of very, very interesting beliefs, from conspiracy theories about the Illuminati, to pantheism, to the fact that reality isn't real or tangible or anything like that. But it was really, really interesting. So we ended up talking with him for like an hour or so, and that was just very, very fascinating. But we ended on good terms. We ended up giving each other a hug. It was really very cordial. I really enjoyed talking to him. I hope I see him again down there. And his friend Tabor, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, he was there too. And so keep Ivan and Tabor both in your prayers as well. And then finally, at the end of the evening, we talked with what I'm assuming is a homeless man named John. And John and Jason got in a pretty lengthy discussion. And John had some very strong convictions regarding the number of the beast and things like that. He was very focused on how the church as an institution is corrupted, and the number of the beast and destroying the planet, stuff like that. But at the end of the night, he got pretty intense and pretty mean-spirited about things, and ended up denying the deity of Christ. So we're obviously concerned for him, so keep him in your prayers as well. But I think the highlight of the night for me personally was when there was a guy, I think he was one of the official people with Occupy Portland, came by with a laptop and a portable webcam and everything. And he was just kind of recording people. And so he was like, hey, and I started talking to him and everything, and he was telling me how he's basically streaming the webcam live to people all over the world watching this website. And so he's like, you got something you want to say? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I ended up giving the law and the gospel to the webcam to who knows how many people all over the planet, which I thought was just incredible. So that was just a really cool experience for me, even though I probably mess it up again. I'm still gotta get that down. But overall, great night. If you're interested in going out or joining us one of these days, let me know. I'm happy to have more people out there. Just a really, really great experience, and I hope to do it again soon. Talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.